How are you?
I'm great. And yourself, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Welcome to the face behind the brand. Hylyda.
You for having me. Can you hear me pretty good?
I can hear you pretty good. I am your host today. I'm your host every day, actually.
Every day,
Every day. But
all day.
I want to welcome you, the amazing righteous king.
Appreciate that. Thank you. You the righteous queen now. You the queen.
Oh, thank you. Songwriter, ghostwriter, business owner, CEO, Hylyda and Company, 45 Secrets.
Brick wall.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Brick wall effect. Welcome, welcome, Hylyda. So how's your day been so far today?
Hey, it's been great. I woke up this morning, that's all it takes for me. Another day to have an opportunity to change somebody's life along with my own and learn more. That's it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm really thankful and grateful that you're here. I see Son Cheeves just stepped into the building. Hello there, Mr. Cheeves. I just thank your whole crew, of course, because of without all of this, Clizzy Houston, of course, connected this link. So I'm very, very grateful. And I think Clizzy just joined us too, as I said his name. So
Hold up.
shout out to Clizzy again for linking this together and making it all possible. I was very, very touched by your sound and your music, Mr. Righteous King. You have done
thank you.
Yes, some amazing work, amazing songs. So talk to me about who Hylyda is and where you're from.
From a small city, Dothan, Alabama, to be exact. I'm just like you said, artist, CEO, ghostwriter, songwriter, hustler. That's me. Just that's me in a nutshell. And Hylyda came from basically just wanting to stand out. Just wanting to be like when you was in high school or college or whatever, anything that was highlighted,
yes,
really stood out to you.
Yeah.
So that's originally where the name came from, just to stand out. So stand out from other artists in my case. So that's what it is.
To stand out means to be important enough, right? To stand out, to be highlighted.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's very powerful.
So I'm gonna have to dye my hair like probably orange or something so I can stand out, right?
I got one for you. It's yellow.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That was gonna be my logo, actually.
What? Yellow highlighter?
I was gonna do something with a highlighter. That was gonna be the logo, but nah, didn't work out.
Yeah, I think you're great just as you are. What I like too about your music and your sound is that you voice that in your music. It's talking about the importance of being yourself and maintaining who you are as an artist, your artistry. So talk to me a little bit about that, because your music is timeless, right? So talk to us about that.
Basically, I wanted to ensure that I'm one of the few artists that tries my best not to use profanity. I get it. I'm gonna say some words that you can't play riding by a church. You know what I'm saying? I still do that. I turn down any kind of music when I'm riding by a church. So I said to myself, I don't want to be that artist where I got to turn down my own music when I'm riding by a church, because I feel like, dang, that's I'm not doing something right. So you battle with that as an artist. You go up and down with that, but definitely no profanity. I try to have that as a characteristic of my artistry, and that's basically it on that.
So you mentioned like being driving by church or being around, and having to turn down your music. So yeah, it's respectful, right? And talk to me about your spirituality. I know you are a believer.
Oh yeah, definitely believer in Christ.
Yes. So inner peace. Talk to me about inner peace and how you've been able to maintain a steadfast spirit this year, especially 2020.
Well, I think it really goes back to your whole foundation, just even before 2020, moving to a bigger city, moving to Atlanta, basically where I'm from, a smaller city, but moving to a bigger city is like you see so many different cultures, spiritualities, and different stuff like that. So you can easily get detoured away if you don't have a strong enough foundation of what you believe in. So I think just that alone has kept my inner peace, just kept me peaceful, knowing that I know who I'm praying to, you know, at the end of the day. So that's it. And of course, music. I can have a bad day all day, and then I write a song and it's all right.
Yeah.
Or it bursts.
I like that. So it's like healing yourself. I had said that before, and I actually had a conversation with someone about that, and they got really mad at me. They're like, "You can't heal yourself." I'm like, actually, no, you can. Like, we have the power within us to heal ourselves. And I think artists, from an artist to an artist speaking, writing the way you write, delivering the way you deliver, because we're talking about conscious music here and music with substance. So
absolutely.
I feel that from you. And I could definitely appreciate that. Talk about the transition. So you're from South Alabama. Is it Southern Alabama? Am I saying it right?
I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, the part of Alabama I'm from is basically by the Florida line.
Okay.
So, yeah, like an hour and 30 minutes from Panama City. So that's how close it is.
Wow.
Basically, like my artistry, for one, I didn't listen to too much Southern music until like maybe 18. That's when I really got on Outkast and Goody Mob and people like that. But originally, like with my pops being from Newark, being from Jersey, like that's all he ever introduced to me was up north music. Of course, Jay, Nas, Pac, a little bit of West Coast or whatever. So Method Man, Redman, stuff like that. So that's kind of where that came from. Just my whole vocabulary, conscious music, everything. That's how it originated for me anyway.
Absolutely. So I like the fact that you, of course, have hustled in a sense of making sure that your music was heard. Going back, I like to dive a little deep into your story.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know that you struggled a little as far as, getting out your mixtapes during, what was it, the beginning of your college years, freshman year, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, I guess you can say a little bit of the struggle, but it actually turned out to be like one of the most memorable things that music has done for me.
Yeah.
Basically paid for my 2-year degree, my AS degree. So it's just like to sell your mixtape and actually pay for your degree. So any Pell Grant money I got from school, I'm like, let me pocket that. That's me.
Yeah, very smart.
So it was just a blessing. I was like, yo, I'm not charged. I'm not giving a price. I'm just basically like, give donations, whatever you feel. I got $1 for it. I got $15 for it, $5, whatever. And it all tallied up. After a while, I sold like 2,000 copies.
2,000
I mean, that's
copies.
Small city, but that's actually a lot.
That's a lot.
So, but it tallied up to be enough to, pay for my college tuition. So, I mean, I'll forever be grateful for that. And that mixtape was called Over Your Head Mixtape.
I was just going to say, so it wasn't the first or the second mix, it was the third one. And how amazing is that, the title of it, right? It kind of like, it just go over your head. It literally took you over your head because it, you were able to sell not, a few hundred, to sell 2,000 and to finance your, a few years of college is very impressive, to be an independent artist as a freshman in college. So I
bless
say,
him, man. Bless him.
Give yourself some credit there with that one, because that's, unheard of. Shout out to Brandon Hicks. I see you just joined us, Brandon Hicks. So
Yo, Brand 829 group, what's up?
Got your whole team on here today. So again, going back into some of those relatable, timeless songs, I've gone back all the way to 2017. Some of the songs that touched me completely that I think are very relevant now was More Than a Color. That was pretty deep to me because, of course, you know, what we're experiencing right now with racial inequality. It really spoke to me because you're talking to us not from a standpoint of, you know, just being Black, but understanding our skin tone, like that we're more than what we are, you know, fair skin,
Exactly.
dark skin, light skin. So tell me, like, how you feel about as far as just where you've evolved from since 2017, because the music is still here. It's like, it's totally, you could re-release this today and it would probably.
Oh, speaking of re-releasing,
yes,
I am still planning to shoot a video for that. It's too much of a powerful song.
Yes.
For it to go to waste. Shout out to Clizzy Houston. He wrote the hook.
Wow.
And I always tell him if I would have wrote the hook, it would not have come out like that. I'm sorry. I mean, we all talented, but some people just hear something within themselves. They just hear a certain thing, a certain chi, and it's just like he tackled that and he killed it. That hook is crazy. His shout out to Melanie Arvey for singing on the hook.
Yeah.
She beast.
Yeah.
You know, with the vocals. So yeah, we went from there with it. You know, I asked Clear to be a part of not just write the hook, but be a part of the song, have a verse on it. And that video, that is still going to happen. I'm not letting, it's one of those, I don't want to rush it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, obviously since 2017, right? But I do not want to rush that and then you turn around and be like, it's such a big song, but the video sometimes can just, you're like, well, song crashes now.
Yeah.
So I need everything, prompts, police cars, police outfit. I need a whole 9 for that one. So
well, I think it's going to be incredible. And I agree with you as far as not rushing. I've seen a few main artists who are very successful. Even recently, I'll take Beyonce for one, how she released the video to Already, like literally just this year, but the song actually came out over a year and a half ago. So
it's like that sometimes. But like you said, the topic itself, unfortunately, is not going to die anytime soon, at least. So like you said, timeless music, that's gonna, I mean, hopefully not last forever, that type of, but yeah, that's gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, it's definitely relatable. Talk to me about Righteous King from that album.
Oh, the intro?
Yes. Righteous King.
It's funny how this came about. Originally, me and my homie, his name Deltoy Muhammad, we were supposed to do a joint project together, like an EP. And my name, my government name, Rashad, means, my government name means one who is on a righteous path, one who, it means counselor, guidance. So I just looked up my name. It's actually an Arabic name. So, and I talked to him about what, you know, his name meant. And he was like, my name means king. And I was like, one who is on a righteous path and then the king. That's really how everything came about. It's supposed to be righteous kings, me and him. And then he was like, yo, just do your thing, you know, just do you, righteous king. He kind of was like, gave me that okay, like, shoot, just rock out with your project. I guess he had some studio issues at the time. He couldn't get in how he needed to, so he was just like, rock out. And that's how the project came about. And then also the intro is just more like I think it was after like it's sad. I'm not even sure if it was Trayvon, if it was what situation that triggered me and just made me go down the intro. But it was something that had to do with our culture that was, you know, of course, being mistreated. So I just, you know, on that intro, I just blacked out, really. I just went in. As you can probably tell, that's like my favorite intro that I probably have done thus far. Yeah,
very powerful. Goodbyes was another one of my favorites also from that album.
That's my favorite song.
Is it?
On that album, that's my favorite song.
Yeah.
Righteous King, my favorite intro, but that is my favorite song.
Yeah.
Goodbyes.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, you have a lot of really some amazing hits. It's like you guys.
Shout out to Jove for singing the hook on that. I know.
On Goodbyes.
You Goodbyes, Jove. He sung the hook on that. My homie Jay Suave, which is a part of Click 45 Secrets, Brick Wall. Jay Suave, that's his homeboy. And by the way, Jay Suave, he produced that entire album, Righteous King. So yeah, he's a dope producer as well, super producer. So shout out to Jay Suave.
Very talented. So if we fast forward to Selfish Chair, of course, here in 2020, in the middle of a pandemic, of course, you know, under a rock, you're putting out hits. Who I gotta be, as you saw, I posted with one of your announcement posts. I like a lot. I like the fact that you are actually talking about what we began talking about, which is artistry and being yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the song, though, you went into mentioning that, you know, you needed to make a change when it came to your management, because Big Boy was not who you got to be. Big Boy is not who you are. So.
Well, yeah, it was like more so, quote unquote, I don't have a manager. That's okay. You know, that was a part of the skill. My bad, it went out. You good? We back?
I can see
okay.
it.
If it was a you know, certain labels don't give you creative control and different things like that. So they find you a certain way. They're like, man, this artist is dope. And then by the time they sign you, it's like, okay, now change you to another person. Let's give you a mohawk. and let's give you this. So it's more so who I gotta be is, it's like literally looking in the mirror, like I don't want to be, I was going to do a video for that as well, but you're going to change to these different artists and then you do all of this just not to be yourself.
Yes.
That's kind of what it is. So that's what it's about. That's why the verse come on, like I don't rap like that.
Yeah, that's not me. Yeah. I like that. I like it a lot. The entire album, again, another timeless album. Some amazing songs on there. The other one I like, of course, is Through Your Eyes. That was a big one for me. Can definitely relate to that song. And of course, I liked, of course, because, you know, I'm an 808 girl for life from Oakland. So I like, of course, Big Boy.
Hey, that's what it is. But like you were saying, like making the change is like, that's, like I said, I grew up off that storytelling rap. So you know, we call it, like, I guess you can say sugar feeding. I'm gonna give the people what they want, but I'm gonna also satisfy my artistry, my personal need that I need to have in the studio as well. I'm gonna give you what you want, but also I'm doing this for me too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where it comes in at. So the intro, it's a unique project. The intro actually starts at the fourth track or fifth track. So I thought that was pretty unique. Yeah. The intro of my artistry starting later in the album. So I thought that was cool. I said, yeah, I definitely want to do that. So yeah.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Talk to me about Hylyda, the brand company.
Literally started off of going to the mall and like, you know what, I can't find nothing to wear that I like. I go into these little shops and I'm just like, I don't know. I was just like, nothing's really grabbing me. Yeah. Like, you know, like that. So, it was just originally going to be a clothing line for myself. You know, shout out to Mel P. You know, he made the logo. Wow. He makes all the graphics. You know what I'm saying, for 45 Secrets, Brick Wall. You know, that's our guy. He's
very talented,
genius. But yeah, it's like it was just like I can't find nothing to wear, so I'm gonna make me some clothes to brand myself. It wasn't supposed to be you know, okay, I'm gonna try to sell this to people or anything like that. So, but it turned into that. I posted like a shirt, and before I know it, I had 17 orders. I said, well, I guess God led me in this direction, and I'm not gonna say why. I'm just gonna take your order.
Yes. going. Well, it's beautiful. I mean, you know, when I look at the quality of clothes, I mean, I think it's important, and it's no shaming on anybody else's brands or anything, but quality is crucial. You know what I'm saying? You could put stuff out just to have a name on it and a tag, and you know, that's not the whole point in it, right? It's like, exactly. I noticed I can visibly see quality, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I saw with your brand. So well done with that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. So you have a role when it comes to your team and your clique, your crew. So talk to me about your role when it comes to 45 Secrets.
I'm the water boy. I just give everybody water in there.
Not the water boy.
I give everybody water in the studio when players get out, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was like, you good? You good? She's been pressing buttons out there, you good? You know, now I'm messing around, but it's a songwriting, you know, being there to vibe with the clique, just to be in the ambiance, you know what I'm saying? Just, we motivate each other. If I hear Clear's song, I'm rapping it like it's my own. Mm-hmm, you know, it's just, if I hear Suave's song, you know, Mr. Brand, he might get on the verse every now and then. Yeah. But when he's on the verse, he rocking the mic, I'm saying his verse as well, you know, just, it's a vibe thing. It's a real family, you know. Yeah. So if you're in the studio, period, you contribute to.
Absolutely. Clizzy said you're being modest.
Hey, you know, I just, you know, I feel like that's what it is, you know. Yeah. He probably talking about the water boy part.
I don't know, because remember, I think I asked you during your preliminary as far as the writing, and I was like, do you sing? And you're like, no, but I can write an R&B song. No.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I actually, I just wrote a song for a 7-year-old little girl, song called Extra. So I try to be versatile, I try to write for all ages. Yeah. I've written R&B songs as well. So yeah, I just said songwriter. I put it under one umbrella, you know, and just left it there. Songwriting, you know.
And that ghostwriting, if that's included in there too, I would say the ghostwriting.
I would say that's what the 7-year-old girl. I didn't really you know, put out there that I wrote it. Yeah. But it's doing well as I'm seeing. So I'm thankful for that. So I'm just like, amazing. Man, it's such a blessing, like, because they say when a kid catch on to a song, it's a hit. So and it's challenges going out there, you know, people dancing to the song, making TikToks and all that. So I'm just like, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. You talked a little bit about the labels earlier. So if you could change anything about the industry, of course, aside from these large labels and some of the different things that are not ethical, what would you change about the industry?
I guess the contracts, like giving more leverage to the artists, you know, because I mean, at the end of the day, without us, you have nothing. Yeah. You know, and then without the people, the artist has nothing. So it's more so giving the artist the rightful leverage, you know, reconstruct some of these contracts for as your masters. You know, I cannot not own my own voice. I stayed up all night writing this whole album just for you to say, yeah, by the way, it's not yours. Right. It's not your words. It's like, that's gotta be one of the worst feelings in the world, to not own your masters. So that's what I would say, reconstruct more contracts to get the artists more leverage, at least for their masters.
Yeah, yeah. I think Prince had started speaking about that a lot before his transition. You know,
she said, "No water boys, just kings and queens." You right, no water boy.
Yeah,
no water
boys. I think Prince started speaking a lot about that, you know, right before, you know, he passed, during his, you know, before he transitioned. And I think it's sad because he had just gained all his masters back, you know, and then of course he passed, or however he passed, you know. It's just like, it's crazy. It's insane. But yeah, we have the duty as far as people being here, the generation behind you, to educate, you know what I'm saying, and tell people. I'm not against signing at all, you know what I'm saying? I just think, and I talk about this in every interview, and I do it intentionally. Everybody's perspective is different, you know, but I just think it's crucial to maintain, yes, your for one, your name, but then yes,
absolutely,
the ownership of what you've created. So earlier today, I had posted something about that, you know, creating your own outcome, you know, and talking about creative control, because this pandemic has been something very, very interesting for so many. It's not as discouraging as some people think it has been. You know, it's a lot of blessings.
It hasn't. You know, when it happened, at least the first 2 months when it was going on, I mean, it was so many eyes on social media that normally don't care. They're too busy. You know, so now everybody's watching, but you know, before the NBA started, for all the sports leagues, for all of that started, everybody was locked into the internet. So that was a crucial time to like, hey, push. So yeah, that was a crucial. So I would assume that's one of the things you're talking about.
Yeah, I wanted to know how it's impacted your creative process. How has Corona, you know, 2020, even with the racial inequality 2020, how has it impacted your creative process?
I think it strengthened it, really, because now, you know, I couldn't do much, you know, so you have no choice but to focus on something, even if it's the brand, my clothing brand, or more music, writing more, or whatever it is. You know, your excuses become a lot more limited, because it's like, okay, you ain't clubbing, you ain't doing it, you know, when it first. So it's like, definitely tune into your writing and getting your pad. So I should have had another album wrote just on the low.
Right.
But yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot that can be done still, and you know, we still got time. You got a few more months to go.
Oh no, I know. I'm about to get to work on this cipher. I have a what I call a self cipher. Yeah, exactly what it sounds like, by myself doing a cipher. So yeah, I try to do that every year now. So it's about that time to do a 2021. So before the year is out, be on the lookout for that.
Okay. Well, yeah, because you saw I posted, what was it, the self cipher 2, right?
2. Yeah, I'm finna, 3 is gonna drop this year before the year is up.
I'm ready and excited about it. So what do you do outside of the studio?
Outside working on the company. You know, I just got my LLC and everything for my trucking company.
Congratulations. That's big.
Thank you. Which I'm gonna switch to an INC later on, but yeah, that's another conversation. But for now, it's an LLC. You know, just going through the process, learning the trucking industry, learning certain things I need, certain things to watch out for. So I'm excited about that. Very excited, you know, to get that rolling. So
that's what's up. And speaking of LLCs and INCs and corporations, I see Val Speaks just stepped into the building. She's a wonderful motivational speaker when it comes to owning and running your business. So thank you for supporting Val. For anyone that is looking for conversation as far as understanding and what you just spoke of, she is definitely well educated on it. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Val.
Shout out to Val. That's a big one right there. I really appreciate everything she does and what she shares with us. So talk to me about some of your well, I should say, I noticed some of your strengths. I know a big one is, of course, that you seem to enjoy challenges.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just seem to be able to just maneuver in between things, and just, again, listening to your lyrics, you know, you're a very passionate person, and I sense that your friends and, you know, Cliz and your team, of course, can definitely vouch of appreciation for who you are as just a confident individual. So talk to me about some of your weaknesses, though.
Doing everything on my own. you know, like for so long. And when it comes to like, I guess a helping hand, I'm like, nah, I got it. You know, sometimes I'm like, nah, I got it. I had to learn how to be a teammate, you know, learn how to be a team member. And I admit sometimes I still struggle with it. If I feel like something is taking too long, it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna move my way. And my way may not always be the most effective way. So yeah, I gotta learn how to be a little more patient with certain things, and also you know, trying to that's basically it. I would say that's it. You know, and I've been selfish in the past. I will say that. That's why the album is called Selfish Chair.
Yes.
This time it was more so, if you notice, what it really meant was I didn't have any features on it. So that's what it meant, like being selfish to that. Like all my projects, I had features. Features. I never did a full solo project. So this particular time, it was like, I don't want nobody on this. Okay. And for me not to have Clears on the project, that's real. That's real selfish. He's been on probably every last project I've done since I started rapping. I think he's had at least one verse on every project.
Yeah.
So he even looked at me like, oh, so I ain't on this one? You know? So, but yeah, it was just something that I had to do for me. I think every artist along the line, J. Cole, he's definitely known for that. He has a lot of solo projects where he don't have a feature at all. So yeah, but I'm about to get back on the features. Trust me, it's coming.
Well, I was gonna say, because you've done some amazing, you've had some amazing features, and you've done some amazing collabs in general. And let's talk about the one from this year, Last Laugh, with Clizzy Houston. What's the process with
that? It's more so like we could be in the studio and lay 3 or 4 songs.
Okay.
You know, and it's Last Laugh, you know, of course, Sun Cheese made the track.
Of course.
You know, Trees, Brick Wall, shout out. But it was just one of them things like, hey, you know, get on the track. And it's just a simple process. And then, you know, everybody knows, like, I may write my verse, and then before you know it, I fell asleep.
Yeah.
She's laughing right now, but everybody knows, like, hey, I hit the studio. If I've been up all day since 4 o'clock that morning, and then by the time 10 p.m. hits, hey, I probably wrote my verse before then. I fall asleep. Boom. I get up. I go straight in the booth. And sometimes I want to take it. And then sometimes it might not be. So it's just like I wake up sometimes to like, yo, man, we've been playing beats all day.
Yeah.
Ready for it. So it's just a natural thing. It just happens. Like, boom, you just feel it. Especially with a Thieves track. It speaks to you a certain way. So you have no choice but to give it something.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna have step on the Chiefs track. You know what I'm saying? RJ Suave track.
Yeah. Chief just said good morning, Hylyda.
It's Tuesday.
You guys are funny. You know it's 2
o'clock. Look, clear. It's Tuesday.
It's 2:30 here. You guys know that, right?
Yeah, but it's an insider. It's an insider.
I figured that much, but
oh my God. That's hilarious.
With daylight savings and everything going on, I'm sure it's a lot more, of course, to add to the inside joke. You also did another collab with Luccie Fontane. You've done a few with him also. Head Over Heels was one.
Oh yeah, that was probably my most downloaded song.
Yeah, it's hot.
And I think it's the cover that really really grabs people. Like, oh, they're like, oh, I want to listen to that.
Yeah,
just off the cover. And shout out to my homie Jeremy Tolliver for doing the photography and the graphics to that cover.
Awesome.
So yeah, Phase One. That's the name of his company. So but yeah, Luccie Fontane is a very, very talented individual.
Very talented. Yeah.
So shout out to him as well.
So you've collabed, as I said, with some amazing artists. So who else do you see yourself collabing with? I mean, you know, you could go mainstream as well. Who else would you like to collaborate with that you've never maybe written for or worked with?
I would go not mainstream right now. I'm about to do a collaboration with a guy named Miraculous Maze. He's yeah, he calls himself Mirac for short. He's pretty nice. He's pretty dope.
Nice.
On a mainstream level, since I've been compared idly to J. Cole and Ludacris, they say my style's a mix of that.
Yeah.
I would say those guys, and of course what Clear said, that's a given. My favorite artist, Jadakiss.
Jadakiss. Wow.
I know you didn't know that, but yeah. Appreciate that, Clear. I did not have that on my mind at the time. Yeah, definitely the #1 person I would love to do a track with is Jadakiss.
That's incredible. Wow. That would be something else. Two lyrical geniuses.
I appreciate that, and I think he would make me step it up even more, and that's why I like, you know, just like anybody in the circle, you know, we all like it's a friendly competition, you know. At the end of the day, it's like, okay, you went hard in your verse, I'm gonna show you something too.
Absolutely.
And it's all friendly. It's gotta be like that. It's like in the gym, you gotta keep each other conditioned.
Yeah. Well, I like that because it's synergy, but yes, it's also people motivating one another. And, you know, I talk about trust a lot, you know, because I think it's important to trust the people who are around you. It's crucial because you see a lot of people, and not just right now because of COVID, but so many people wear masks, you know, and they've been wearing them for a long time, you know. So when the mask
even before the pandemic.
Before the pandemic. Yeah, so it's like now some of them are taking them off and then putting these new masks on. So I mean, I don't know. But when you attend other artist shows, obviously pre-COVID, concerts, you know, local scenes, what is something that you actually look for? Because you're another artist sitting in the audience. What are you looking for and what are you listening for?
I'm looking at their energy. And I know me, I'm very laid back, even when it comes to performing. I just never been the super jump around crunk type. Like when you see a Jay-Z show, he's kind of laid back. He'll do a show in a suit, you know. But I look at another artist and I say, hey, what can I take from that artist? Not like style wise, stealing their style or nothing like that, but the energy that they give, how they might react with the crowd to certain things. We all can learn from each other, you know. So
absolutely.
Still having my foundation of artistry, who I am, but you can always add little stuff here and there that you see. I mean, that's what all this is, you know. If somebody had to get something from somewhere, you started singing, you obviously was listening to somebody that, you know, kind of molded you a little bit with your singing and your style. So it's the same thing, you know. You take little bits and pieces from other artists and say, okay, well, I see the crowd, they reacted to that more that he did or XYZ. So, and when he get off stage, I might say, hey, you want to collab? If he hasn't heard of me, I'm pulling my phone out right then and there. Let you listen to a little snippet of me and see if you like my artistry enough to be like, oh, bet we can work. So that's Atlanta for you. That's networking. I love that. All day.
Yeah, very important to the business. And I think I touched on this with Sanjeev during his interview, and we were talking about, you know, how important it is to network because so many believe it is just about the talent, and it's not. It's definitely about the relationships.
Yeah, that's everything. That's everything. You can skip the line with a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, definitely build those. That's one of the most important things. Absolutely. Along with communication.
Yeah. So aside from those things, because those were just two big ones to answer the next question I was going to ask you, but if you, of course, have, and I'm sure someone, younger generation coming up, nervous about entering the industry, but have major talent, and they're watching this video today, you know, or they'll see it tomorrow, what advice would you share with them that want, you know, someone that wants to follow in your footsteps? What would you tell them?
Well, first I would tell them to definitely don't try to blend in. Just because you hear it on the radio and it's popping, you probably don't know who that artist was before they started popping on the radio.
Right.
They were a totally different person. If they would have stuck with their lane, then who knows what they could have done. Just like with Kanye when he came out with Jesus Walks.
Yes.
He shook everything. You know, it was like, it was gangster rap and all of that. And, you know, NWA had to die someday, that style or whatever, gangster rap.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people still, you know, prefer that. But when Jesus Walk came about, it was like Kanye, like, yo, this is me. And they played it in the club.
Yeah.
So it was like one of them things, like, I can respect that about him. He was not afraid to be himself no matter what was popping already. So any new artist, whoever you are, you know what I'm saying, whoever you really fit, if you have found your artistry, first of all, if you have found who you are as an artist, stick. Because in today's time, what you think is weird is actually popping.
Yes. Yes.
You know? So I would say, I mean, it's just along the lines of staying the course of who you are as an artist.
Yeah, I like that. And you also talked a little bit earlier about, you know, just maintaining, of course, you know, masters and things like that. So talk to us more about just the education of the business too, and how important that is.
Very important. I learned it later on. Like I guess that happens with everybody. All you know is somebody pressing record and you want to rap and you want to hear yourself on the song. It's just simple. You just want to hear yourself. Right. And you don't really care about the business side until you watch New Edition Story. Yeah. Until you watch, you know, TLC, you know, different people that, you know, it's Tony Braxton. Just different people down the line, you start to look at how they contract really was written up. And now I look at it like, wow, like I'm glad I'm still learning more, but for the most part, I know more than the average, you know, the average artist. It's not like I'm new to this coming in. So I would say before you even really tackle this industry, know the business. Just like in Brand's interview, he stressed that a lot. Big time. Know the business. So that's a crucial part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you could tell yourself one thing, your younger self, one thing, just whether it be about this business or just anything, you know, what would it be?
Nothing at all, actually.
Wow.
And the reason why I would say that, because I really believe things happen for a reason. The best teacher is experience. Amen. So I had to go through whatever downfalls, you know, whatever it was to mold me to who I am now. If I would have been, because I was going down a road of kind of, I guess, being a spoiled artist. Clear's walking me in this place. RIP to Fats, you know, Fats, so he walking me into this place, and it's like I'm, you know, this kid, and I'm recording this, I'm meeting all these people, you know, Clear's put me on stage in front of 15,000 people. Yeah. So I didn't even know how privileged I was at that time. Wow. So that's why I say I wouldn't change anything in that aspect. I wanted to go through the later struggles, because after that, it's like, all right, bro, you know, you need to pay for this studio time, or you need to, like, different relationships that I tried to build. I mean, it came with the dollar. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, and I'm not mad at that, but I was spoiled early on. Yes. So I'm glad I got a chance to step out there on my own and be like, okay, I was telling you I'm impatient earlier, right? Yeah, yeah. So I said, all right, I'm gonna make my own relationships. Clears and showed me this person, brought me this person. Okay, so let me get out there and make my own relationships. And those relationships came with money and not the vision. Yeah. They just came with all right, I'm gonna press this red button, record, but you're gonna pay me. But they didn't care about my vision. They didn't care about, you know, none of that. So I needed to feel that so I could learn from that experience.
Wow.
So I say I wouldn't change anything in that aspect.
I like that. I like that. So what's next? What's next for Hylyda?
24/16.
Okay.
Me and Clear's doing an EP. It is gonna be one for the books. It's crazy, our history. We've never done a project together, but we've literally probably freestyle on the phone back and forth our whole albums worth over time. So we've done so much work together over the phone that now it's finally time. We putting something on wax together. So trust me. And of course we got Cheese producing. Wow. So it's about to be one. It's about to be crazy. Yeah. And if you would like to hear a sneak peek,
I definitely would. I know we talked about this, adding an element, please.
You know, yeah, we're gonna add an element to this.
Add an element, please.
So what?
Remember my name.
Is it too loud?
That's perfect.
That's good.
You got your name. The village made me king. The championship reigns. Living legends reign supreme. They like how you got your name. The village made me king. The championship reigns. Living legends reign supreme. Candy. He was treated as peasants, he looked mixed, but we'll let him pass for his complexion. Ain't no privilege for me, I ain't bitch, he just got preference. On what a trick house, nigga, get the leftover breakfast. Get up for your effort,
you hear it?
Respect on my legacy. An internet king on the throne, I can't let it be. Blueprint the presidency, first celebrity. Black and white stripes, like kinda hard to referee. Righteous king, I'ma circle the globe. Speak knowledge, never commercial my soul. I'm a legend according to the CDs that I personally sold. Me and Kobe share the same last name in purple and gold. Royalty, characteristics. That's loyalty. Bittersweet beauty and beast. This is poetry. Look in the mirror to see the future older me. Eat the pork and the snakes. Leave it go for me. They like how you got your name. How you mention the monks king.
What up, Fliz?
I got visions they never seen. Living legends reign supreme, huh? They like how you got your name. How you mention the monks king. I got visions they never seen. They ain't never seen. Living legends reign supreme. Hustle for your last name. Last year, fuel to the evolution, the gas came. Airborne, the last strain in the ashtray. Got drip here and saving water from the last train. You see mountains, I see pathways. You pretty doing the damn thing. Similar, can't say. Smoking mirrors got my lungs tanked. If you win away in my dynasty, you messing with my function. See it in plain sight, cause you got a less. God taught me and God taught like he not in heaven. I'm miles off from a river. Get I preach to the choir when I'm quiet and separate. I'm arms length with my blessings. I reach with a message, it's not a eulogy. You know the outcome when the only choice is you and me. I'm that quiet assassin, the room full of noise. Yeah, antidote is always in the voice. Remember me, Clip.
24/16.
Wow, I'm excited.
I love
for that.
I can already tell this is gonna be one of my favorite songs. Remember my name, because I mentioned a Kobe reference. And, you know, me and Kobe got the same last name, so I always, growing up, I used to be like, "Oh, I'm Kobe cousin," just to, you know, just talk my talk.
Well, I like it a lot. It's definitely, I felt it was so funny when you both said purple and gold. I was like royalty. I knew that was coming. And it's definitely some kings involved in this again. So hats off to you both on that. Is that's Sun Chiefs?
Oh, absolutely.
Of course. So a third king, of course. There's three kings. So I appreciate, oh my God, I feel so blessed to get the exclusive. and the snippet. And I would like, of course, to definitely, when you guys are ready again, of course, I want the exclusivity on the release of that. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you in advance.
Hey, you're welcome in advance.
So I'm not going to hold you all day. I know you're working and busy on this Sunday afternoon, but if you could leave a message, to me, that was a message, you know, but a verbal message to your fans. What would you like to say to your fans, and where can they find you?
To my Crusaders.
Yes.
Y'all can find me on IG at Hylyda, HYLYDA. Also, you can follow the branding company at Hylyda Brand CO. And check out some of the clothes. I'm just kind of starting that page, but I'm about to get that rolling to show you a lot more of my catalog. So tune into that. Twitter at Hylyda, HYLYDA.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it. That's the main one.
Well, keep up the good work, and to your entire team, 45.
I'm sorry, not to cut you off. Definitely all platforms: Spotify,
yes.
iTunes, Apple Music, Tidal, because we get paid more as artists. Definitely, you know, stream me on Tidal so I can get that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but any platform, you know.
Yes. Well, I'm proud of you. I think you're doing
Appreciate
very well.
that.
Yeah,
that means a lot, trust me.
Putting out some real music, as I've shared with, you know, how I discovered, you know, Clizzy, or he discovered, you know, being on another interview and just listening to his album. And of course, you know, Suncheebs, you know, now you just hearing this amazing music. It's so humbling because you don't hear enough of it. And I've gotten an opportunity in the last, I would say, 3 months to hear real artists. I know God is definitely,
it's out there. It's out there, man.
Yeah, he's just really blessing my ears. I just feel like I'm like smiling like this every day. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm just like, I wake up like
that's what's up. That's what's up.
So it's a gift, and you have it. So keep up the good work, and I hope to, of course, do this again soon. Okay.
All right. Hey, bless you. You have a great rest of your day. It's you still daytime over there. Yes. Great rest of your day. So y'all be on the lookout for 2416. Trust me, it is going to be a treat.
It is.
Believe that.
2416, Hylyda, Clizzy Houston.
Hylyda.
Hylyda.
No, like, can't y'all want me to do it, you know? I do it. I'll show you the ad lib. I get it in there. All the famous one. Oh, it lighted up.
I love all the tags. I love it. It's like, that's you, right? And that's
it just came natural.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll let you go.
All right, y'all be blessed.
Okay, peace.
Peace.